When things don't go as planned, or when things you cannot make it work, always look inward for the cause. Always go back to yourself. 行有不得者，皆反求诸己。Now, here is one place for the East meets the West. The famous French philosopher, René Descartes. I think, therefore I am. What is thinking? At least it's mind. But in traditional Chinese biology, a Chinese philosophy, it's also heart. I think it's in the connotation, cultural connotation of the West. Heart is still there too. But what important here is, what Descartes is focused on the nature of being. It's along the track of the philosophical tradition back from ancient Greek. Always dig into or look into or research to find out the nature of the thing. In this case, the nature of the being. At the same time, traditional Chinese philosophy think that you want to deal with inward yourself, all kinds of souls inside of your body, like 三魂七魄, 3 souls and 7 spirits. They're living in your liver, or liver in your lung, or in the spleen, or the stomach, or a kidney. You got to deal with, harmonize with all the spirits, all the souls inside the body. And also, at the physiological level, harmonize with all the organs functioning and physiologically, even cells. That's for inward, harmonize and balance. Outward, you got to harmonize with the people interact on a daily basis, like families, family members, member in the community in the company, in your country, or even in the world, or even bigger in the cosmos, the beings you want to deal with it. That's from the perspective of traditional Chinese philosophy and the way, a traditional view to look at human body and human being. We may introduce more, share more about thoughts on the philosophical level later on. If some of you would like me to share on that perspective, we may focus on that subject later on. But here, now, we're still focusing on the traditional Chinese medicine and traditional Chinese biology, or traditional view of human body and human being, physically, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. Remember, always together. Let's move on. So now we get into the second chance to see the East meets the West. There is a sentence from Mencius said, when things don't go as planned, or when things you cannot make it work, always look inward for the cause. Always go back to yourself. 行有不得者，皆反求诸己. Go back to yourself. Look inward for the cause. So if you got a problem, you got the disease, you got sickness, you really want to go back to see, what did I do wrong to treat my body? Physically, physiologically, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. You treat your body wrong. You abuse your body. So you got a problem. Either you're not harmonized with the outside, with the seasoning changing outside, with weather change, with whatever change outside. You didn't cooperate or do change accordingly. Or in most cases, you're not change inside, the way you think, the way you balance your emotion, balance your thinking. Okay, so a shorter version of this, 行有不得者，皆反求诸己. When things don't go as planned, always looking inward for the cause. Shorter version is 认识你自己 in Chinese. Know yourself. Or another way to say know thyself in English. So here is another layer, another chance. We see the East meets the West. So this is a very famous sentence, knowing thyself or knowing yourself, from ancient Greek. But the focus is different. The famous sentence from ancient Greek is talking about human, you gotta be modest. You gotta be humble. You gotta understand knowing yourself and realize your limitation, because there's higher beings or whatever more intelligent, immense, beyond human being. But I kind of make a connection in a hard way here to this sentence. So you want to go back to yourself, because there's one layer of this knowing yourself definitely crossed to this 反求诸己, always looking inward for the cause. Okay, like this little man, no matter in the West and the East, and people know that there is a third eye here. Everybody in ancient Chinese biology believe everybody has this eye. It's called the third eye. It's been widely accepted or talking about in Western world in modern time also. A lot of people can see something without these two eyes. This eye more like to see inward, because these two eyes see outward.